So, hello and welcome everyone, and you find me on my way to the fourth race in the Audi TT RS Cup, which is going to take place at Motorland Aragon in Spain. And don't worry, I'm not going to drive all the whole way, which would be 2 days or something, I don't know. I'm just going to the airport, but unlike last time, this will be a short trip, so I guess I can leave the car in the airport parking lot for 3 days or so. But this will take, because it's August, it is baking hot outside, and I'd rather have the aircon in my own car than experience the waiting on the train platform and the train ride, where you never know how things are in the train, etc. So yeah, rather taking the risk of being stuck behind this slow truck. Hope the can't escape here anytime soon. So if we look at the standings, so I took the championship in the last round, so this fourth round isn't only for show, however, because I think I should impress people. And okay, more traffic jam, and yes, sorry, I have a plane to catch. Let's hope they get this sorted rather quickly here, because I figure if the end result looks first place, third place, 10th place or whatever, this will probably impress less people. I don't know, more truck, come on, drive, go. Will impress less people than if it reads, oh, thank you, first, third, and maybe another podium. So that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah, so let's see what I'm going to do. And I'm at the airport soon, so we'll get back once I'm on the road in Spain. And oh no, not more traffic jam here. Let's hope we can bypass that, and then give a preview what to expect from the track. So see you then. So I got myself a nice rental car at Barcelona airport, and I'm now driving to Motorland Aragon, which is not too far away, luckily. So what to expect from Motorland Aragon? So first we are racing on the fast layout, and so from what I've seen, it has a very long back straight, so that will be very interesting. So the aerodynamic slipstream battle then there, and otherwise it's again rather flowing, but not as flowing and also not as wide as the Slovakia ring. So the first part of the lap will be not too dissimilar to the previous race, just with some more slower corners mixed in, and then one extremely long back straight, and then a final corner that also looks pretty challenging. So it will be a very interesting race for sure, and I am really looking forward to it. The only thing I'm not so much looking forward to, that it's going to be the second to last race in this car, because it has sort of grown on me, I have to say. But then, yeah, as I think I said in the end of the previous video, let's see what the future brings, but not for now. For now, my focus is solely on the race ahead and the Motorland Aragon fast circuit layout. So, see you on track, and remember to send it. So, onto our usual track walkthrough. So this is the final corner, so as you can see, very fast, so important to get a good exit speed. Start-finish straight is rather short, and going to brake for a rather tight left-hander.
3 laps of fuel left.
The other thing is, as usual, the tires don't last that long, so it's mainly only the first lap that's good. So this one is flat, and the next one, another right-hander, is almost flat. You see, was a bit late in the first corner, but this still will be an improvement. So here you have to brake while you are under full compression, so easy to overshoot. So then this one is flat until on the right you see the 50 board, and there you have to brake then hard for one of the tighter corners. Another right-hander, then a short acceleration, and then the slowest part, a drop down right-left chicane. And here is now the acceleration point for the longest straight, so next corner is almost flat again, depending on how you get it. So you will see me always lifting, because it's not worth losing the lap due to track limit violation. and then the long back straight, and you can see the split, which was I think 3/10 down, is now at 0. So I got all corners fine except the first one, and as I said, the tires are only really good for one fast lap, and then you start noticing that they are going off sufficiently that you lose enough over time. So here, braking point, you can brake into the corner because it's very fast. It tightens a bit and then opens again, so very tricky to get right. Could have been a bit more to the inside, but yeah, I think this one is going to be a slight improvement.
P11, that's your best lap in this session. 2 laps of fuel remaining. You're currently 0.6 off the pace. You're a 10th off the pace in sector 3. Yellow flag sector 3.
So 11 is certainly not something I can be happy with, so I tried again and again and again, and it's now almost the end of a session. So final attempt, decent exit. Can I get the first corner right, because that was the biggest mishap in the previous lap. Yeah, that's good, so you can go over the inner curb.
That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
And now it's simply a matter of not losing too much. This one here is very difficult, because you have to brake while you're still turning for the previous corner here. I'm slightly overshooting it, but not too much harm done, it's still green. This is one of my non-favorite corners again, where you have to brake
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
For a tight corner inside a wider corner. It's okay in these cars, but in general, not the biggest fan. So here again, important early on the gas. And with fresh tires, this is almost flat. This is, I think, one of the better exits that I've had in these corner, and we are probably close enough to get a tiny bit of slipstream. But certainly also far enough away that he's not being in the way for the final corner.
Sector 2 time is good.
This may be a bit too tight on entry, but also I'm saving meters, so probably a wash. Where does this bring me?
P3, that's your best lap in this session. You're now 0.09 off the leader's pace. Sector 2 and 3 are fast. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. That last lap was at 141.70.
So Paul is very close ahead, but I'm still very happy to start third. So way in the field, not as struggling as much as in the previous race, and not as clearly ahead of everyone as in the first races. So yeah, this is a perfect spot to be, and probably also a very good spot to be in with a perspective for the race. So the big question, of course, is how is my start going to be? I have again practiced. Let's see whether I can put the practice to good use.
Andy, get ready. Green, green, green.
Not ideal, but subjectively a bit better than before.
Right, you're in the middle. Clear on the left now.
So fifth.
Take care, 3 wide, you're on the right now. Okay, it's clear around now.
And yeah, that hurt.
Car on your left.
I was a bit dazed after that.
On your left is clear.
The cars seem to be still working, and Wassel is fine, so that's the other important thing.
Clear.
On
So
your left. Hold your line.
I'm not very cautious,
Stay
since
on
I've
your line.
no idea whether all
Left
the
side is
important
clear
bits are still
See what
attached
we
to the
can salvage
car,
from
but
this, mate.
Car on your right. Still there. Right
it
is clear
seems to
now.
work fine. Probably just losing a bit of aero
Sector
on the
1
front,
is clear.
because I just hit in broadside, so suspension, etc. Not really affected. I didn't notice much. So down in 12th, with a bit of a gap ahead. So almost like a bit of a deja vu all over again. Let's see what I can do from 12th place. Not that it matters, it's more like being for the gallery and not being for the championship. So that was a big relief. And yeah, even in the fast corner, so everything seems to be holding together. I didn't have to hold the steering wheel in an odd way or so to stay straight, so it was probably a bit of a blessing that I hit him, yeah, so basically broadside and just yeah, losing some aero, because you can see I can make hardly any headway here on the long straight. So I'm running into the speed rev limiter, so we could have made this a bit longer for the race, but I haven't thought about that. And here I have a bit more confidence, as it looks, as the others, so that's good to know. And okay, now everything's fine. I'm also lost the last of my days after the impact, so can get to work if we can, and see what we can do from here.
Okay, Andy, don't let this guy distract you.
Left side.
Yep, so overshooting the corner. Not ideal. Fourth, staying in fourth would probably have been better, and I think I started doing that after this mishap. Oh, sorry. Knocking on the door. Can't overtake here.
Car left. Clear on the left.
But I'm trying nonetheless. And yep, sorry. Was a bit surprised how slow they were going. And then as long as I'm in the slipstream, everything's fine. So I can compensate for the weakness that I have now after the initial crash. And then maybe be in a good spot for the final corner, where they don't seem to be as confident as I was.
The car in front of us is Schmidt, car number 120.
Left side.
And
Left
slipstream makes a
now. On your
huge
left.
difference.
Still there. Still there. Left is clear. On your right.
And that went really
On your
well.
line.
I only aimed for the first car on the outside. The second one was almost
Clear right
incidental.
side.
Can I make it stick?
E11. Alright, Andy.
Right side.
Yep.
Right is clear.
Got a bit shoved, but again, I probably didn't have any business being there. But still worth a try after the exit of the final corner. So made the same mistake
Car
again.
left. Clear left.
Split, shifted into fifth.
Watch those lines.
Went fourth. At least in the race would be the most sensible thing to do. So I start to be a bit patient now, with the big adrenaline rush from the initial crash now slowly subsiding.
Car is on your right. Stay there. Clear right now.
So one more down, back in 10th. But the others seem to be gone. Can I catch
The next
them?
car is car number 115.
Because I'm certainly out of the slipstream, and again I'm
10
probably
minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
going to get a
Okay,
slipstream
Andy,
attack
good
from
chances
behind.
here. Let's make sure we can take them.
So I'm going to be a bit defensive.
On your right. Hold your
So
line. Clear on
in the
right.
sandwich, but yeah, simply with the additional confidence for the final corner, that works. And the advantage again is everyone else ahead seems to be in a bit of a scrap, so and have a clean track ahead.
The guy behind has just done a 144.55.
So that should help me, and yeah, they're becoming suspiciously bigger. So that's a good sign. And yeah, if you go too wide, because it's not as wide as on the Slovakia ring, so if you go here too wide here, then you're actually losing time. So this was a earlier braking point, and yeah, that made a difference.
Muller, car number 112, is now in the lead.
And they're already caught up. So yeah, they seem to be losing a lot of time. Probably also a bit shuffled in the wrong way after the crash, because some, I suppose, made it through and others got stuck behind the spun car. So yeah, here is where you lose aero if you're too close behind, and that actually makes a difference. And here is simply a matter of sort of clinging to life, clinging to the car ahead with my aero disadvantage after the crash. It didn't feel that much, but yeah, as you can see, they easily drive away if everyone is part of the train, and I, as the last part of the train, can't really keep up. And being the rev limiter doesn't help, but the outside line works. Simply staying in the way of the ideal line.
Well done, Andy. Great move. Keep it up.
So
Guy in front is
the suspension must be perfect, because otherwise, yeah, this wouldn't work.
On your left.
Okay, thank you.
Still there. Clear left.
Probably spooked by Holland, and then
keep it up.
easy prey. Yeah, see here I'm now staying in fourth, and that's ideal.
The car in front of us is Holland, car number 109. Roland, car number 34, is now leading.
So here the track is a bit tight, you can't really pass, so you have to get in line. Here I'm trying to get a bit extra momentum from the long straight, not that it really matters. As long as I'm part of the train, I'm happy. Yeah, and you see how much you start drifting if you're in dirty air of the car in front. At least the tires didn't overheat that much, so this long straight has one beneficial side effect in this type of car, that the front tires can actually cool down, so you don't have these extreme overheating as in some of the previous tracks. So tire management wasn't that much of an issue. And the shifting behavior after the second or third lap, that stayed all rather reasonable. At least in my case, so that's why I could do stuff like this rather smoothly, with the front tires doing what they are supposed to do.
Car on your right. Still there.
So you're cautious, don't have to do too
right.
many heroics.
Halfway home.
The left side is clear.
Up to 7th. So it looks still pretty decent after all. And a good show for sure.
That's a new fastest lap for Russell, 144.02.
And that's, I suspect, a Wassel who had spun earlier, because now,
Car on your left, clear left.
driving with a bit of, with a good mixture of rage and a clear track ahead of them, I suppose, that they can turn in fastest laps. So the car wasn't that much hurt either, even with me hitting it broadside, and we're just a
Green flag,
door
you're
or the
clear.
side pod bent in, but no big effect on aerodynamics, so I missed all the vital parts. That's good.
Still there. Stay there. Clear on the right.
So you can
Well
squeeze
done, fella.
through after all, so up in 6th.
Right,
Left side. Left side is clear now.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. Come on, let's put this hard work to good use.
And losing touch a bit of the train. That probably shouldn't matter with the extra confidence that I seem to have when braking for the final corner, or second to last corner, depending on how you want to count things.
Car left. Still there. Hold your line. Left is clear now. Left side. Hold your line. Stay
Can I do
on
that?
your line.
Can I do it on the
Clear
outside? No,
Car on your left.
I don't have
Clear on the
to.
left.
Fastest lap for Russell, 143.82. Okay, Andy, push now. We can catch up here.
So again, staying in 4th,
On your left.
but here was simply
Hold your line. Car
an
left.
evasive maneuver that I overshot the corner.
Clear left.
Didn't expect the others to brake that early. No harm done.
Car left.
And here, yeah,
Clear on the left now.
Bit of missing the braking point myself, bit of bullying through in the pass to the pass.
Car on your right.
And
Car
yeah,
right. You're in the middle, 3 wide. Left
thank
5,
you,
you're on the
but
right, 3 wide. Take care.
fair
on your
enough.
Left
It was
is
a bit,
clear.
maybe a bit too aggressive before, so Ostwald took the opportunity for some payback.
Car is on your right. Still
Can't
there.
blame him too much.
Hold your line.
So overall,
Stay on your line.
a very physical race. Let's put it that
Stay
way.
there. Hold your line.
Green flag, sector 2.
Still there.
So down to 9th, with just 3
Stay
minutes to
there.
go.
Right is clear.
But I took it all in a good stride, since it didn't really
Right
matter
side.
anymore anyway. Just wanted to have a
Stay
good
on your line.
position on the board.
Still there. Clear right.
So the inside line works as well. But with a bit of a worse exit for me, so I have to go a bit defensive.
P8.
Car on your left. Stay there. Clear on the left.
So up in 8th. And very early braking this time.
Marcos, car number 96, is leading the race. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Right side.
Yeah, that happens when you go too wide
your
where you
line.
shouldn't.
Clear right now. On your right.
And it's Ostwald again, so
Right
he
is
must
clear now.
feel déjà vu, but at least he kept himself in check and didn't try to spin me around again. And he must have lost a few places in that lap, because I think it was further up before. So instant karma maybe? And now I'm part of the train, that's good. So can I pull another party trick in the final corner? Probably not, it's a bit far away. But they are all over the place.
Right side. Car right.
And that's the virtue of coming from very far back. It's up to 5th.
Still there. Hold your line.
All the extra momentum helped.
Car right. Stay
But
there.
then I'm getting bogged down behind someone who
Stay on your
tried to
line.
take the inside where
Right
he
side is
shouldn't
clear now.
have, so back to square one. Or back to square 7 rather. I'm almost losing it, so the tire's getting a bit slippy.
Stay between the lines, please, Andy. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
And a big shunt.
Left side. On your left. Left
So
is
at
clear
first,
now.
on the last lap, I felt the dread whether that was all
Instant clear,
me
green flag.
barreling into Holland and then turning everyone else around. But upon review, I noticed someone
Guy in
else had
front is
spun
Rudy,
earlier,
car
and then
number
Holland was simply
160.
braking because he could see it, and I couldn't. So that's why I barreled into Holland and turned him around. So no further action from the steward. And not much I could have done in that short of time frame when I didn't see that the car was standing sideways ahead. I think it was
Green flag in
Pritzker.
sector 1.
So that, yeah, got me a bit undeserved up to 6th. But at least, yeah, I wasn't the sort of culprit of that, of all the mayhem. Just the second part of mayhem where I turned around Holland. So that was a bit of a downer feeling in the car that I only learned afterwards, looking at the replay, that there wasn't that much I could have done. And the initial spin I had no part in. So then I simply cruised to 6th. Happy to leave it at that, and at least to put decent score on the board after the first lap crash into Wasel, and then
P6, there's the checker
being
flag.
shoved aside by Ostwald a bit later, and then shoving Holland into a spin. So yeah, a bit sort of physical. Not the most glorious moments, but yeah, no one was hurt. Everyone's fine. So overall, decent result to conclude this championship season. So here you see 6th place, you see the fastest laps, 1,000ths faster than the winner's fastest lap. So I'm now driving back from the track to Barcelona airport to fly home. So, and if we look at the results, yeah, so Leonard won, and also I think 2 more familiar names in 2nd and 3rd. I think all in all, I can be happy with where I ended up with, taking into account all the mishaps and unfortunate things that happened during the race. And yeah, it was certainly eventful, and luckily there was no real pressure to score well. Otherwise, this might look different. But how does it look? So the final championship standings. So with a healthy lead, so Leonard did the most he could, but unfortunately that wasn't enough. At least fortunately for him, fortunately for me. So the first 2 victories helped me with 2 less stellar results towards the end. But I think I can be happy with that overall. And now I'm also happy that the season is over in a way. Despite that, what I said earlier, it's always good to finish something. Okay. And I think the airport turnoff is getting close, so I'll give you a further update then what's in store next then once I have returned home. So, speaking of happiness, I'm also happy now that I'm almost home. And all that's left for this year, at least racing-wise, is one more event in the TT RS, and that's going to be an endurance event on the Nordschleife. So that would be really, really interesting and exciting, taking that beast that I'm now reasonably well acquainted with onto the Nordschleife. Otherwise, I think some of my duties will be around testing a different Audi race cars as part of my works contract, but that wouldn't be anything to put on this channel. So then you will probably see a bit more sim racing content from me and less real life racing content until next year. And I don't know yet what next year will bring. But I'm sure it will be more racing and maybe even higher class racing, depending on how my results will be viewed by the powers that be. I will certainly keep you updated, and otherwise, at the moment, I can then still look forward to an exciting and a bit of a longer Nordschleife race in the Audi TT RS. Until then, see you on track, and remember to send it